Alrighty, fam. Welcome back to JK Outdoors. This is Jordan. End of the hunting season is wrapping up for some, and some are just kicking off barely, but it is application season. It is upon us, and you got to get ahead of it. So today is November 7th. You have about a month till you need to get your Idaho over-the-counter tags. So I thought I would do a quick little video. It's going to be coming out here on November 10th. I thought I'd run through some things. If you haven't, go back to my last video where I caught a big old brown trout, and leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and you can be entered to win a JK Outdoors sweatshirt. So don't forget that. And yeah, I don't really want to waste a lot of time, so let's just jump right into it. So jumping onto the screen, I thought, so type in Idaho Fish and Game. You come up here to hunting, and you have all these things. I'm going to run through kind of my main tabs or tools you're going to need to use. You have the big game seasons and rules, which will be, today we're going to be focusing on deer and elk, just so you know. So you need a big game seasons rules, your harvest statistics, your drawing odds, and then over here is the magical hunt planner. So to give you an idea, deer in Idaho, let's see how we want to do this. I think it's going to be kind of a mix, so you're going to have to watch the whole video if you're doing just deer or just elk. But deer tags in Idaho for non-residents are broken up by unit. So you're going to be applying per unit. So if you want so you'll just be looking at a number. So to give you an idea, in 2024, Idaho gave out 14,000 regular deer tags, which are for mule deer. And then they gave out 1,500 specifically just for whitetail. So that's those numbers. Clicked on whitetail, and then elk. So elk are broken out by zones. They're elk zones, and we'll get into that in a minute. But they gave out 12,815. So as it mentions here, elk hunting is a management of 20 elk zones with a 2-tag system in most zones, A tag and B tag. Hunters may select one elk zone and either choose an A tag or a B tag. So we'll get into that information because it is a little confusing. And this video is just for general season. These are just over-the-counter tags for Idaho. So we come back here to our big game season rules and brochure, and we're going to go down. Let's start with deer. So click on deer general seasons, and as it's loading, I'll kind of explain. Like I said, I think there's 70 something probably game units in Idaho. And for deer, you're going to be selecting just one of those. So it makes it really tricky. You're going to either need to kind of be familiar with that unit. You know, if you have family that lives in Idaho or friends that have hunted it before, that's always helpful. But I'll kind of show you some tricks to narrow down which units you might find most success in. So it is loading. Come on, baby. So we are here. We're going to scroll down. It did not put us on the deer. So these are your general rules, you know, just one deer, and then there's antler deer, antler steer, 2 3-point. These are very specific items. And so we're going to stay in this section, the 24 regular deer tag, general any weapon seasons. So, and then you can see the breakout of units. I thought it would have a map. Let's see, where's the map at? Okay, here's a map. This is whitetail, but it works for both. It's just this is just showing you, like, this dark yellow is where a lot of whitetail live. light yellow, and they do this for regular deer, mule deer, or white-tailed deer, and elk. But so you can see all these units. 1 at the very, very top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way down to 78. And so when you're picking out a deer tag, you'll have the option to pick just one of these numbers. But so to kind of understand how it works, again, you'll come back up here to the top, and it is the general. So if you're going for a mule deer, you'll be looking in the regular deer tag section. And you can shoot whitetails on regular deer tags. It's a little confusing, but it's spelt out in the regulations. So if you're really set on, if you end up getting a tag for 1 through 6, the rules are in October 10th through the 31st of October, you can hunt with your rifle, because this is an any weapon season, and you can kill white deer or white-tailed deer only. You can hunt. So you can hunt all of these dates with that one tag. If you're hunting in Unit 1, you can do that. It's so on and so forth. This is all spelt out. For example, let's say you got a Unit 52 deer tag. You're going to scroll down here. You're going to look for Unit 52, 52A, and you're going to say, okay, I can rifle hunt October 10th to the 31st for a buck only. And they offer, if you're under 18, they offer a youth hunt, but that's only for does. So it's pretty sweet. And then you can scroll down, and if you're a big archery guy, very similar, you can hunt the archery season because you're going to have a Unit 1 deer tag or a Unit 52. So let's see if they have a 52 archery season. It does not look like they do. So let's say you got a Unit 42. So in August 30th to the September 30th, you can go and hunt archery. It has to be bigger than a 2-point in this area. And then there's no doe tags. So I feel like deer are pretty simple. You're going to get online and they're going to ask you which tag you want. The way Idaho does it is you log in. It doesn't matter how long you've been logged in. It's like 10 or 15 minutes before 10 a.m. This year, the draw is going to be on December 10th. And I think it's usually 10 a.m. And so that it's going to open up, and like 10, 15 minutes before, it's going to give you it's going to pool everyone together and then assign you a random number. And that's going to be your number in line. So even if you're there 2 hours early, you might still be number 20,000. It doesn't matter. But so everyone kind of has an equal opportunity. You're just luck of the draw. So you'll have an opportunity, and then you'll make sure you want to just stay on, have a stable internet connection as it's uploading and everything's processing, so that you can snag that tag of yours first. So that is deer. Let's go to elk real quick. So elk, as I mentioned, are in general. The general season is based off of elk zones. So let's see if I can find that sweet map. So these sweet maps are kind of nice because it has these little population objectives. For example, if they're above objective, they're basically saying that there's more bulls that need to be harvested out of these areas. So little hint there, but you can see there it's broken out in areas. So not just numbers, but areas. So the Panhandle elk zone includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 9. The Palusi is 8, 8, 8A and 11A. McCall, so far and so forth. There's larger areas. South Hills has 46, 47, 54, 55, 57, 56. Tex Creek, 69, 66. So Bear River, 75, 77, 78. So forth. So, so this is how elk are broken out. It's by zones. Deer, it's just by the unit. So when you're coming down here, there's a way bigger map for you, so you can kind of see where the lines are drawn. And if you have Onyx or one of those hunt apps, they're very helpful in that way. Let's see if we can, where I need to turn this as we're going down to the elk zones. So as I mentioned before, you have your zone, and then there's typically an A tag and a B tag. And I can't really explain like a generality of like what's available. Sometimes it's like archery bowl for A, and then you can shoot a cow during rifle season, and then like the B tag is just rifle bull. But it flips and flops, and let's go back. Let's just kind of randomly select one. So the Brownlee zone doesn't look like it has a lot of information, which might be helpful. Or there's no B tag for this zone. So A tag, they are letting you do like a short range weapons, which would be like a muzzleloader or a shotgun, antlerless, or your archery. So it's a cow elk hunt from August 15th to September 30th. And it has to be within 1 mile of private agriculture lands outside the National Forest System. If you are not hunting within that 1 mile, you can go archery elk hunt, any elk, so cow or bull, August 30th to September 30th. Then there's no B tags. But here's a good one. Like Sawtooth is a pretty popular elk unit or zone. And they're actually, so this is like a tagged one. So like if you apply in the controlled hunt as a resident, then you can't buy a capped zone tag till 5 days after the controlled results come out, blah, blah, blah. Not really relevant. But the A tag, so if you got the A tag, then you would archery only any elk August 30th to September 30th. Or you could get the Sawtooth Zone B tag, and then you would hunt any weapon antlered only. So it would be a bull only tag, October 15th to November 8th. So it's kind of a give and take. Like, do you want to, like in this, it's any elk archery during the rut, or later it's rifle and it's only bull. So a lot of these are like that. So hopefully you can kind of understand, the zones, and then there's give and take between the A and the B tag. The Big Desert Zone, it's archery only, any elk, the month of September, and then also archery only, any elk in Unit 68 only. So part of the zone you can hunt in the month of August for any elk. So that's pretty sweet. You could hunt 2 months archery style. One of those months would be 68. Or you could get the B tag. It'd be a cow elk hunt November 1st to the 30th. So that is, again, let's see if we can find let me see if I can find the map for you. Here it is. Oops. So all these are different zones, and when you go in to apply or buy your over-the-counter tag, they're going to say which zone and then A or B, and you're going to need to have those decisions ready and fast. So how are you going to decide which unit you want to hunt or zone? You are going to want to go to the odds. So this is for deer. Look, deer and elk. You're going to want to stay, there's 2 different types. There's the general season, and then if you scroll down, there's controlled hunts. In this case, we're just talking about general season. So this is for last year. It will tell you how well people did in that zone, how many people harvested. So you can come over here and it will tell you what unit and then what type of weapon they took it with, or in what season, the number of deer killed, the number of hunters, that percentage. And then if they're bucks or does, 4 point, 5 point or more, and then whitetail. So a lot, like unit 1, 94% were whitetail. Not very many muleys up there. So let's stick with our guns. We did unit 42 was our example, right? So let's go I really want to hunt unit 42. There was 3 people that hunted 42 during archery season. No one killed nothing hunted a total of 12 days. But it looks like in the any weapon season, so rifle season, there was 219 people that hunted. 34 people were successful. And so 16%. And then 31 of the 34 were bucks. 3 were antlerless. And then, this was a 2 point. Sorry, I misread that. It was a 2 point only. So there was no 4 points. That makes sense. So they only shot forkies there. And yeah. So sometimes when I'm trying to figure out where I want to hunt, click this bad boy down on harvest, and the most deer killed were in unit 1 of Idaho. There 37% of the people were successful. So 4 out of 10 people were successful almost. And a lot were doe, a lot were bucks, and then a lot were whitetail. But as you can kind of fish through this list, and, pending where you want to hunt, if you want to hunt in the northern part of Idaho, obviously these numbers are catered, a lot of deer are killed in northern Idaho, it looks like. I haven't hunted much up there, but you can kind of sort through this list, play with the numbers, the number of harvests, the number of hunters. Look at how many hunters are in 39, almost 12,000 hunters. So, but they did kill a lot of deer, right? Where was their most success? So some places people had multiple deer tags and they killed multiple deer. But these muzzleloader hunts where there's not very many people hunting. But I mean, look at this, unit 16. 1 in 2 people killed a deer in that unit. So this is kind of the harvest statistics is a great spot to start. I pulled up drawing odds. It's not really relevant to general season, right? Because it's a first come, first serve. This is more for controlled hunts that you can come in here and look around. So I'm just going to close that. Lastly, Hunt Planner. So Hunt Planner is a really good friend. As you're kind of figuring out what you want to do, you can come in here and say, I want to hunt elk or deer and elk. I want to hunt the general season. I'm a rifle hunter, so I only want to see where I can rifle hunt. So now we have all the elk tags and all the general season deer tags available for us to view. So that's why let's see how many options. There's 257 hunt options right now. So you need to come down here and you maybe need to say, okay, I really just want to hunt the elk. Let's do the Middle Fork elk zone. So if you want to hunt elk and deer, these are all your options right here. You have the Middle Fork A tag, the B tag, and then both the B tags. So it's going to give you every single hunt option you have. So if I got a regular deer tag, I could hunt in unit 20A, 26, and 27 from September 15th to the 30th with any weapon, a mule deer. So you need to look at the rules, regulations exactly, but this will give you an idea. And then elk wise, if you went with just the A tag, you would be able to hunt 20A, 26, and 27 from October 1st to October 31st. And if you're doing 20A and 26, you could shoot from a spike to a 6-point. Or if you're hunting 27, it looks like it needs to be brow tined, which needs to have some points on it. You can't shoot a spike. So this is a super good tool. I mean, you could switch it, if you just are like, I'm going hunting an elk hunting in Idaho, and this is all that they have left, the Boise River tag, and that's what I got, and I really want to shoot a deer there too. So Boise River, they only have a B tag, it looks like, and it's antlered, any weapon, a portion of Unit 39, October 27th to November 9th, and then they have a deer tag that's a rifle, doe, or antlered. So these again, you go to hunting, drop down, you got your rules, harvest statistic, drawing odds, hunt planner. These tools are going to get you an idea of where you need to go in Idaho, and it's going to be super helpful. I hope that this video helped you in some way. You should leave a comment if you have any questions or comments on something maybe I misread or missaid. I'm not perfect, but I'm going to point you in the right direction to hopefully get you a tag here hunting in Idaho. Make sure you're ready to pay for all those items, elk tag. If you're going archery hunting, you're going to need your archery permit. You're going to need your hunting license. All of it you're going to have to pay for once you get your tags all ready and you're checking out. The point is you need to be quick and ready once you're in line and you're in that window. You need to know you're going to need your first, second, third choice for both deer and for elk, depending on what you want to go for. So again, appreciate you guys listening and joining in, and I hope you guys draw tags. We'll see you out on the mountain. And again, don't forget to enter. You have a week, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Booyah.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's